You are now listening to or watching the It Takes All Kinds podcast.
Yeah, and if you aren't, you can head over to Apple Podcasts or Spotify and listen to us now. Or head on over to Drib on YouTube and watch the video version as well.
And if you'd like to stay up to date on when we're releasing a new episode or any other fun information about the podcast, you can give us a follow on Instagram at It Takes All Kinds Podcast and on Twitter at ITAC Podcast. That's ITAK Podcast.
Without saying much else, we hope you enjoy this episode. Hey guys, welcome to the It Takes All Kinds podcast, episode 123. We're recording this on Wednesday, July 12th. You'll be hearing this on Friday, July 14th. Carson told me to hop on here, and he told me that we were supposed to meet in person, but he had a change of plans, so we're meeting on person, or meeting in Zoom, not on person. And he told me to dress like I'm on the beach, so I wore my favorite Hawaiian shirt and my Cayman Islands hat where I vacationed literally 10 years ago. And looks like maybe he joined. Is that the beach? Is that the beach? Does anyone else hear that? It sounds like the beach, but also like tropical reggae music.
No, you guys, I'll catch up with you later, alright? Yeah, no, you look good. I know, don't even worry about it. I know, you're doing great.
Oh,
Gavin!
hey, buddy.
What's up, man?
Hey, what's up, man?
What are you doing here? What are you doing
Carson,
out
you
here?
told me-
What are you doing
did
out here
you,
on the island? What are you doing out here on the island, dude? What are you doing out here
You're
on
with
the
the
island?
island boys.
I'm an island boy, dude. What are you doing here? I didn't know. How'd you get here?
I mean,
What are you doing out here? How'd you get out here?
I know, I'm like right down there.
What? Dude, are you here with me? Are you
Yeah, I'm
right
at the
down there?
beach
I don't
right
see
now.
you.
Can you see that?
I don't
see that?
you
I'm at the
down there.
beach.
Oh man, you
I'm
know
at the
me,
beach right now. Can you see that?
dude. You know
Don't you
me.
see me down here? Don't you see me out here?
I've just been living that island life, dude.
Dude, where the heck are you, man?
Dude, I'm just at the
Where you
island,
at,
you
man?
know? I'm just at the island, dude. It's whatever.
No, dude, I think you told me last week you were going on vacation. You told me last week you were going on vacation with your fam. You're on vacation with your family.
Okay, dude. Why did you have to ruin it?
You didn't take me with you?
Make me look like a chump now?
Yeah. This chump fuckery?
Do I look like some sort of chump to you? Look me in the
Yeah, a little bit.
Look me
Yeah,
in the
a little bit.
fucking eyes.
Which
Do I
one?
look like a chump? What do you mean?
Who are you talking to?
Who's there? Yeah, I got you guys. I got you.
I mean,
I got
I'm
you,
basically at the beach. I mean, it's like
baby.
97 degrees here, a little rainy.
So here's the thing, Gavin. We're just jumping right into it, folks. Welcome to the show, by the way. Oh my goodness.
Episode 123.
Episode 123. Can you even believe we made it this far? Gavin and I are just hanging out. We got some catching up to do. We're going to be talking about a farmer who was fined $61,000 for using a thumbs up emoji. What the heck is up with that? We're also going to be doing a little next door drama. Our first next door drama on Zoom, possibly. What you
Think so,
listen
yeah.
to, all the hits, catching up, talking about my luxurious vacay, Gavin. I am here at Navarre Beach in Florida. That's why I had my Florida.
LaGuardia?
LaGuardia. I'm here in LaGuardia
Beach.
Airport. I'm here at the LaGuardia Beach in New York. No, I'm here in Navarre Beach in Florida. I haven't been here. I went here with my parents like over 10 years ago. It's our first time back. But it's beautiful. But the weather has kind of sucked real bad. It's been...
That's what you get for going on vacation, buddy.
It's rained, I think, every day.
That's just Florida, man.
Of varying degrees. Today, it's like the days that were supposed to rain a lot didn't rain at all. And the days that weren't supposed to rain, like today, rained more than it was supposed to, like a lot, like most of the day today. So the weather has kind of sucked compared to what the luxurious 97 degrees you've had there in Missouri.
Yeah, I'm like the greatest dew point in America right now.
The greatest dew point.
We
Like
got
the-
the greatest dew point.
They got
Folks.
the greatest dew point in all of America. But yeah, the weather is just kind of like, and it's been kind of chill. It's been a little chilly. Like it feels nice right now. Like I'm not complaining.
Yeah, that's crazy. It feels really nice on my beach too.
But when the sun comes out, oh mama,
Steaming.
it's steaming. Well, it's not even steaming. It's just like the sun is so
Hot.
intense because we're so close
Hot.
to the equator. But yeah, we just haven't gotten that Florida sun that I've been looking for. So I've
Yeah.
literally only spent one day on the beach, and I've been here since Saturday night. And I spent one day on the beach because that's how not great the weather has been. So
Yeah, I mean, just pan over to the beach real quick. Look how empty that beach is. It looks like.
it is
look at
pretty
that.
empty. Hold on, I gotta.
I was
back
gonna
up.
say that's like empty. It literally looks like you're like.
Well, it is 7:30.
It looks like you're on an island because you can't see the horizon there.
Well, Gavin, I'll actually let you know I am on an island, so
Oh my god.
it technically is. I mean, like land is like a mile that way, so it's not like it's a island you can drive.
How'd you
to.
get out there?
I took a boat. I took a ferry. But yeah, it's just been, not great. So I'm praying that so we have 2 more days after today, and I'm
Mhm.
praying that they're just going to be perfect and I can sit out on the beach all day. I almost finished a book. I wanted to finish 2. Don't think that's going to happen, folks. But other than that, it's been great, man. Just relaxing, taking some time off work, doing that. And
Taking
yes,
some Xannies.
taking some Xannies. And this beach is real. This is Gavin. I mean, I don't want to. I don't want
real
to.
beach too.
I don't want to
mean,
break the
you can-
illusion, but Gavin is on a fake beach. Mine happens to be real.
Look at me, dude. I'm posted up against this pine tree.
It's so real I can touch it. Look. Hold on, wait.
Oh, look! I'm squishing the.
I'm gonna squish this guy. Is that even a person or is that a bug on my screen?
You.
Is that a bug on my screen? That might be. No, it's a real person.
That's a person.
There's some people out in the water right there. I'm gonna squish them. Anyways, enough of those gags and giggles.
Did you go out in the ocean? Did you go to a sandbar?
Did you go
You know where you
out?
drink?
There's a sandbar like right where those people are standing right there. See those people out in the
Yeah.
ocean?
Did you go out there?
No, I went like that way that you can't see. I won't show you that. This side is a nude beach, so that's why my camera's that way.
Oh yeah. I get you.
It's a public nude beach. It's cool or whatever.
So you're like in Europe then, right? Up
Pretty
in
much.
LaGuardia.
Yeah, pretty much. It's pretty much Europe. It's kind of been, despite the weather, it has been a bit adventurous, I will say, Gavin. We did a road trip down here. It took almost 12 hours. We split it up into 2 days.
Road trip.
And on the road trip, I told you a little bit about this on our FaceTime call, which I'll talk about here in a minute. But we went to a place that all of our Americans should know, our good old patriots should know, called Buc-ee's. Now, Gavin, you've never been to Buc-ee's.
No, I've never been to Buc-ee's. I've been to Bussies though.
What? Did you guys hear that?
You
Did you guys? Who was that?
hear that horn? That was like real though, right? Like that horn was real.
Probably. I kind of zoned it out. There was a really bad accident.
It was really loud.
Damn, it's 10-car pileup. Holy shit. We went to this place called Buc-ee's, which if you aren't from America or you're not a true patriot and you don't know what that is, it's a... Are we going to keep doing the bit where we're acting like we're frozen? Is that what we're doing? It's a...
No, it actually said that my connection was unstable, so
Oh, well, you look pretty stable to me.
I'm unstable.
You look pretty stable to me. It's a... God, I mean, it's a gas station, right?
Yeah, it's a big
At
old
its
gas station.
core.
It's
At its
the
core, it's a
destination
gas
along your
station.
journey.
Okay, you've never been, so let me talk about it. It's a gas station at its core. That's the simplest way you can put it. But
Right.
it is so much more than that. It is
It's a
just
Walmart.
it's pretty much, well, I wouldn't really call it a Walmart. I would just call it like a giant knick-knack shop. Because it's literally like half of it is food and the other half is just like vacation-y gift shop trinket bullshit. Like it's terrible. It's like just cheap Chinese garbage. That's
So like why
terrible.
is it such a what makes it so great, Carson?
I don't know, man. But okay, so that's what it is. Like that's what it is. But this is the thing that blew my fucking mind. I'd never been there before. This is my first time. My parents had been to another one on a separate vacation I wasn't invited for. But dude, it was a Saturday, so that might factor into it. It was a Saturday at probably around noon, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
Packed.
I was gonna say, were the people getting their lunch there?
Packed to the brim with people. It was insane. I was like, why are there so many people here? And I had a thought in my head. I was like, and I told this to my mom. I was like, why in the era of where malls are like gone, malls aren't a thing anymore. Nobody goes to malls. Nobody goes shopping at malls.
Right.
Is a place like this that sells bullshit and good food, which I'll get to in a sec. Why is it so busy? But malls are like, we can't even have malls anymore because we're living in Biden's America. It just like, it blew
Thanks
my
a lot,
mind.
Biden.
Because it's literally just crap. It's just garbage.
Yeah. Yeah.
But so they do barbecue food. They do have a barbecue there. And I'm not a big, you know me, I'm not like a big barbecue boy. Holy
They don't
shit.
call me Big Barbecue for nothing.
They don't call me a big barbecue boy. No, they don't. I had a barbecue turkey sandwich. Oof, Maron. Oof. So good. I also
Was it made
had-
fresh, or did you like get it in like a saran wrap, like a QT or something?
So I don't. They were calling out orders, so you could obviously order something. I don't know what it was that you could order, but I just went up and like they
The
probably
Bucky
just
Nuggets.
they probably just wrapped it a second ago and I grabbed it, but it was pre-wrapped.
Okay.
It was protected. So there's like a whole party house over, dude. I've been watching this house like I feel like I'm the camera on the Big Brother show. Because
Yeah.
it's like a bunch of like 20
I didn't know what the Big Brother show was for a really long
Really?
time. I didn't know about it until this year.
I feel like I'm watching like a reality TV show, but I'm watching it from my eyes because it's like people our age and they just like it's just this like glorious house.
Woo!
And they're just like they just party every day. Anyways, but yeah, so I got that, and then I also got these Bucky Nuggies, which I don't like. I don't enjoy to say out loud. That were good, and then we split the whole fam split cookie dough bites, which Jesus Christ, those are. I mean, of course those are good, but my God,
Are your brothers on this trip?
no, it's just me, my parents, me and my mommy and daddy. They didn't want to go. Hunter went to Chicago. Logan doesn't go anywhere, so he's at home. Shout out Logan. He's watching the pups though, so he is doing something with his life. for
Oh, I was
once.
about to ask you, like, who's watching the dogs?
They're watching themselves. We give them enough food for the week. It's fine.
They know how to ration it.
They know how to ration it. But yeah, so that
they know how to ration it. They're rational communists.
that happened on the way down. So then on Saturday night when we got here, Gavin decides to FaceTime me at like I don't even remember like 8 or 9 p.m.
For multiple reasons.
Yeah, some of which I won't say.
Which, I mean, it's an hour ahead there, so it might have been a little bit later.
That's the
than
first
there.
thing he said. He keeps man, I shouldn't spoil the joke because we'll keep doing it. But he keeps saying that it's an hour ahead here and it's not. And I keep telling him I'm not an hour ahead. And he keeps trying to say
It's not
that
like
I
you
am.
drove straight down or anything. You went like a little bit east.
Tiny bit. It's mostly straight down, I think. Just having a twisted tea. So he called me. He FaceTimed me. And I was in the middle of eating dinner, of course, so I told him to fuck off.
He said,
And I
leave
called
me
him.
alone.
And I called him back. And we talked for a while. We talked about a funny joke that I had that I don't really know how to say out loud that would be funny to everybody else, so I decided to keep it to myself. But then why did we
You were mentioning something how Spencer and Sean had asked you if you wanted to go
to the casino?
go to the casino that night,
Sorry, they're
and you're like,
fucking
actually, I'm going on
screaming
vacation.
over there.
Oh no,
I was
I
like-
can hear that.
I was like, yeah, I'm on vacation, and then I forgot why, but I was like, let's add Sean into this FaceTime. So then I did.
Yeah, no, you're like, let's see how they're doing.
Yeah, okay.
And then I was like, okay, let me add him. And then I added him, and they're literally sitting at the piggy machine.
And we watched them gamble for about an hour.
Yeah, I thought it was more like 30 or 45 minutes, but it actually turned out to be more like an hour.
I think it was because like it was like midnight by the time we got off, and I think we had FaceTime
Yeah, I was
for
gonna
like
say it was a long time.
nearly 2 hours, but we just watched them gamble, and it was great. It was so funny because it's just like we were just like gambling over FaceTime, and they
No,
couldn't
literally.
hear us. They couldn't hear us at
Yeah.
all, so we had to keep writing things and like doing sign language to get
On
them
like
to
on FaceTime, you
respond.
can like add like a filter on your face.
Mhm.
So then Carson started playing around with like the skull filter, and I put a piggy filter on, and then I said like I forgot what it was, but it was like hit the pigs or like touch the pigs
Yeah,
or something like that.
because we wanted to. If you touch, if
It
you
was,
poke,
it was like tap the pigs.
if you poke the pigs, they'll oink for you. If you if you
oh yeah,
if
it was,
you
yeah,
ask
it was
nicely.
poke the pigs.
Poke the pigs.
So
so that was great.
That was my Saturday night.
That was your Saturday night. You're welcome.
Yeah,
Um,
I've now more about me.
Yeah.
I actually started. So that the day we recorded the podcast last week was the first day of my
Yes.
rotation. Was like technically the first day of my rotation.
Yes.
I did some first day on site. I did some at home stuff on Monday, and then on Tuesday I get off because it was the 4th of July. So. Oh, I'm sorry. We recorded the 4th of July. So then the next day, I started my rotation. So I apologize. I started the next day at 7 a.m. bright and early. Bright and early, folks.
Bright and
Or it might have been 8. But anyway, it kind of changes every day because it's just whatever my preceptor comes in on.
Can I stop you for just 1 sec? Can you just turn
No.
your gain down just a tiny, tiny bit?
That's
You're just-
it.
you're-
This is as low as it goes.
Oh, okay. Then maybe just.
I'm just talking a little bit louder, I think. But
Maybe yeah.
I'll pull it away from my mouth.
Not too far.
Not too far. But
Keep
not
going.
Don't go too far. So anyway, met my preceptor, and actually finding out what a pharmacist actually does whenever you like work at a hospital and like work at like a smaller hospital, because this is a smaller hospital I'm at. It's really exciting, and it's a lot of fun to me. It's a lot of fun to me. I really am enjoying it. It's really exciting to know that there is. That's something I can do for the rest of my life, and it's actually like really exciting. Like that's like my calling. I really like doing that.
To know that there's more to your job than what you've been doing.
Yeah, no,
Pretty
yeah,
much.
and it's funny because like, I was talking to the technicians because she had me shout out the technicians to kind of know what the workflow's like, and they also really like their jobs, but it's also very similar to what I do at my hospital, but just on a much smaller scale. They have like 180 beds. Our hospital has 1,000, so.
Right.
Just a frame of reference of how different these hospitals are. But yeah, so I've been doing that and enjoying it, and then been working at my hospital 5 to 9 most nights. But I'm not doing that next week.
Oh, good.
Not doing that next week, thank God.
Wait,
I got off next week.
Oh, so you're not working throughout the week at your normal job at all?
At my
next week?
normal job next week. I've been working. Like yesterday, I worked 5 a.m. to 1 p.m. and then worked at my hospital I'm actually employed at
Mhm.
from 5 to 9, and I did that like for the past.
Oof.
I did that like Wednesday night. All right, yeah, I did that Wednesday night, Thursday night, Friday night. I was off Saturday, Sunday, and then I shadowed Sunday too. Then I worked there Monday night, Tuesday night. Not working there tonight. Working there Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then I'm off for that week after.
Nice.
But
But you'll still be.
because it's like that's a lot of working.
Yeah.
That's like 16-hour days every day.
But you'll still be working
not
at
a
the
lot
other
of
place
fun.
in the morning next week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'll still be shadowing the pharmacist and
So
doing
we
all this
can-
stuff over there. But
we
yeah,
can
really enjoying my time there, and
Good.
I think they really enjoy having me around. I hope they like have me around. But
Yeah.
been a lot of fun. Kind of enjoying it. So anyway, that's just
random
that's just
question.
what my week's been. And then update on the mold.
Mhm.
They did come, but what they did was open up my blinds and then put a knee print in my bed. They're like, like an indent in my bed. It was still there whenever I came home. No joke, it was still there. Opened up the blinds and checked it off as complete.
And did
And
okay?
they sent me a
So
survey asking how they did.
if anybody doesn't know what Kevin's talking about, he has mold in his apartment below his bedroom window.
Yeah, that's because
In his apartment that he's just about to move out of. And so
Yeah.
did you call him again and
So-
were you like, hey, nothing happened?
No, but I will in this review. And then applied to an apartment, so we'll see. how
Oh,
that goes.
nice. Good. I hope
But
you
yeah,
get.
that's what my
That's
Yeah.
what life holds for you. I hope you get accepted.
Yeah, that's what my week's been like. So, not too exciting, but it's life.
It's life. Random scheduling
life.
question because I know I'm going to forget if I don't ask it. Can we record early next week then?
Yeah, actually we can record Tuesday. I'm
Perfect.
working Wednesday. I'm working Monday evening at the hospital.
Perfect. That's perfect. Okay, I didn't mean to bring up scheduling stuff, and I'm sorry I bored the audience with that.
Dude,
That's great, man. I'm happy. I'm happy for you. I'm happy everything's going good.
very excited.
And you're, so you just have one more week of that. Is that right?
Yep.
Nice.
Yep.
And then
Yeah.
when does school start up?
August 20th is like the first day. So
Okay.
still got a couple weeks.
Yeah, that's
I'm
good.
really excited about.
Yeah. I'm glad you get a couple weeks to enjoy yourself before getting back in the thick of it.
Do the thick of it.
That's great, man. Do you want to hear more interesting things that have happened on my vacation?
I can't believe you even have even more to say because
Okay.
it
It's
feels
not.
like it honestly feels like you've been gone a long time, but that's just because like I'm at my parents' house, so
It does feel like it feels like that to me. Like days are
because
this
I
is-
mean you're
this is
always
such a-
working and I'm always working, so
Yeah.
like I've also just been sending you random texts because it was like
right. We've been sending each other very funny
shit that's
things.
just running through my mind.
Yeah, and that's the thing is like this is such a stupid thing to say, but the days are so much longer when you're not doing anything.
No,
Like you're just doing whatever. I'm doing stuff,
and
but
like
it's like
waking. And are you still waking up early though? Like, are you
Yeah.
sleeping in? Yeah.
Well,
if
that's
you
the
wake
thing
up
is-
early. Your days.
I'm waking
Your
up.
days actually feel like whole days,
Yeah.
which is crazy because I'll wake up at like 1 and then go to bed at like 3 a.m.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that was not a day.
I'm waking up probably better than I ever have, just because
me
I got
too.
nothing clouding my brain. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And not that I don't love working, but it's like it's different when you get to get up and go sit on the beach or go play disc
And
golf or
get
whatever.
fucking hammered
You get
every day.
Hammered. I haven't gotten hammered yet.
Hammered.
I think I've drank every day, which is my goal.
That's what it should
That's
be.
my biggest goal when I got down here. I have plenty more interesting things to say, and they're not bragging things. I'm not going to Bragtown, so don't be concerned. I'm not. There's nothing. None of the things I have to bring up about my vacation are bragging. They're just funny, interesting things that have happened. So, well, this is I put this in here, but it wasn't that interesting. I saw a guy that had the Groucho Marx mustache. Do you know the Groucho Marx mustache? If I said that?
Yeah.
The really
Yeah.
thick, painted on black one. I saw a
Yeah.
guy walking, the first day we got here, I saw him walking down the street, and I just like stared at him because I was like, whoa, that guy's got the Groucho Marx mustache.
That's Groucho Marx.
And he was bald and like,
Did you go get his
pudgy.
autograph?
I wanted to. I was just like, whoa, there's Groucho. Anyways, that was
Can you
just
sign
funny
my
to me.
back?
So the thing I have been doing since the weather has been kind of shoddy is I've been playing some disc golf. Gavin,
I was
know
gonna
I'm-
say,
no, I love
of
my
course
disc golf.
I wanted to swipe up on your Instagram story and say, of course you found a fucking disc golf,
Of course, man. It's so
that place.
there's a place. There's a couple of courses around, but the closest one is 30 minutes from here, and I've been there twice now. I forgot what day. I think it was Monday. I went for the first time.
Did you
And
walk
there's-
there?
No, I walked 2 hours. There's also a disc golf store nearby the course.
You don't find those in St. Louis.
You don't find those anywhere. That I went to because I wanted to pick up some new discs and just check out the place.
Did
And
you get a Florida disc?
you know, I get them in Florida. The owner who was working there, I talked to for about an hour, and it turns out that he is like an old pro. Like he's been playing the sport for like 20,
He's the Bill
like
Russell.
30
of-
years. Well,
He's the Bill Russell, like the Larry Bird of disc golf.
no offense to this guy, but I think you have to be good to be considered a Bill Russell. I looked at his stats afterwards. He didn't have any great finishes.
Well, I mean, the fact you were able to look up his stats kind of says enough. Carter.
Yeah, well, exactly. And that's the thing is like he seems to be very well known. I didn't recognize his name. So shout out to Steve. I believe Steve Hollis. I believe is his last name. But he's a retired pro.
Look at stats and you don't know his last name.
Well, I looked it up, but I'm like, who knows if it's the right person. But he's still pro. He's still sponsored by Innova, which is like one of the big disc manufacturers. Enema. Enema State of Mind.
Yeah.
And he like knows all the old pros, all the new pros, like toured playing
Did
with
you know
like
Ezra?
I didn't bring it up. I just didn't.
No.
It was kind of one of those situations where it's just like he really liked to talk and
Yeah.
he didn't want me to say anything to anything he had to say because he was
Yeah.
talking about somebody. And then I was like, oh, is that this guy? And he was like, what are you talking about? And I was like, is that person this guy? Like, is this guy? And he was like, oh, yeah. Like he had just brought somebody up. And then I just asked him if it was this guy. And he had already forgot about that. And I was like, and then after that, I just like shut up and listened to him talk because I was like, he doesn't want me to respond to anything
You
he
sat
said.
your white ass down and you listened.
I did. He gave me some pointers, which really helped, which was good to hear. But yeah, so shout out to him. And then I went to a course nearby that. Beautiful course. Awesome course. And
Was there sand in your shoes?
there was lots of sand.
Sand between your toes?
I just went barefoot. No, I didn't go barefoot. But the
Did
first
you see any,
time
like snakes or iguanas or crocodiles or alligators?
I saw a big bird. I saw a bald eagle. And it was just me and another guy who had just gotten there. His name was Chris. Shout out to Chris. And Chris, like a 30-year-old guy, construction worker. Talked to him, and I played. We played around together. And Chris is from Southern Louisiana, and now he lives here in Florida. Like I said, as a construction worker.
Did he have like the bayou? Did he have a bayou accent?
You know what? He didn't even really have much of a Southern accent. Like kinda.
Really?
But you could tell he was,
Yeah.
Lived in Florida because he's just like, leathery, tan
You could tell he's
skin.
from somewhere else.
You could tell he's from somewhere else. I couldn't pinpoint it, but extremely nice guy. Just very great guy to work with. Again, he really great guy to play with. He he again another big.
Yeah, he
talker.
hired me on as an editor.
He
like at
made
the
me
course.
work. But he was very funny. And so he, like on the first or second tee box, he cracks open like a beer, like one of these, a normal size can, but like the taller ones, not a tall boy, but just like the, whatever those are, 21 ounces or whatever. He cracks one of those open. I was like, okay, so he's drinking, because some people drink when they play disc golf, not my
Just
thing.
like how some people drink when they play golf. I get it.
Right. It's, they're having fun. I'm trying to go pro. I'm trying to be
I am
professional.
trying to go pro. This guy's drinking.
So he cracks one open, and by like the next tee box, I don't ever notice him drink any of it, but he cracks another one open. And I was like, wait, he just had one. Where did the other one go? I was like, why is he? I was like, when did
That
he
was
drink
the disc
it?
he threw. That was the disc he threw.
cracked
It was
it.
a beer can.
And
He
then like
cracked it.
he
just
did that again,
throws
like
it out there. He plays golf with.
he did that like 3 or 4 more times in a row, and every time I was like, where did the other beer go? He was just like housing
In my
them
belly.
down. It was crazy.
You got that wrong.
And he was just like, just imagine a very like Florida man, like again, super nice, just kind of like a,
Sunburned.
sunburned guy. But he threw a really good shot.
Sun-kissed.
His sun kissed. He threw a really good shot, and then he did this. He was like, "Oh my God, yes!" I was like, I was just like taken aback because I was like, oh, okay. So just never would have expected him to do that, and I was just like, okay, nothing wrong with that. It was just like a very effeminate thing
He was
for a
just
man
really
like
drunk,
that to
that's
do.
all.
Or something. Yeah. Well, dude, he kept so
Kept growling at
that
me.
happened, and we got done with the round, and he gets to his car, and he's like loading up more beers, and he's like, "Sorry, I'd give you one, but I don't have many." And I was like, I wanted to be like, I'm driving home, like I don't want to drink any. So he dude, I don't even know how he had to have like 6 to 12 beers, and
In
he
one
drank
in one hole.
right, because he played another round after I left, and he was recharging. So that was really funny. And then
You gotta get his calories up, bro.
dude, you gotta bulk up, dude. I get it. So then I went
bulk up,
went
bro.
back there again today to play because it was raining,
Mhm.
And I was
there
like,
he
whatever,
was.
I'll play in the rain. He wasn't there. There was actually nobody there when I got there. So I'm playing around. I'm on like the tee box of 7th hole, and I throw 2 shots.
Whatever the hell that means.
One of them was okay. I threw another one. There was like these kind of, I want to just call them moats because they aren't really like streams or lakes, but they all connect together. They're just really narrow, but they're somewhat deep, and there's like little fish in there and stuff. One of my new discs goes directly into that, and I was like, fuck. And so I got over there, and I thought I could get it out with a stick, and I couldn't. And I was like, whatever, fuck it. I'm just gonna take my socks and shoes off
Play
and get
where
in
it
there.
lies.
I'm just gonna get in there and get it out. And I thought it'd be fine because the other day, Chris he told me, he was like, if one of your discs goes in the water, I'll get it. I'll get in the water and get it. Like, I didn't even ask him. He just like said that. And I was like, oh yeah, sure. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. So he threw his disc in the water, and he like got in there like up to his waist in this mystery water to get his disc out. Twice. He did it twice.
Holy shit.
And
Wow.
so I was like, well, Chris did it. Like, why?
Was he wearing swim trunks or was he just wearing normal?
Just shorts, like gym shorts. I don't know. He didn't seem to care.
Hey, that's Florida, man. That's just Florida, man.
That's Southern Louisiana, boy. So then I was like, whatever, fuck it. It'll probably be fine. So I take my socks and shoes off. I take a couple steps in there. I still couldn't reach it. Took one more step with my left foot. I sink not into the water. I sink into like the mud all the way up to my waist. Like sink all the way up to it. And I was like, I just started laughing. I was like, fuck. So I grabbed the disc and I threw it. And I'm like,
real.
I like climbed my way out of it. And I ended up playing the rest of the round, but it was disgusting. And I was like, I feel like I should go back because there's probably some sort of bacteria climbing into my rectal as we speak, or parasite.
Cavity.
So I was like, well, if Chris isn't dead yet, then I guess I'll be fine. So that's my vacation chronicles thus far. But I do have another thing to share with you, Gavin. Yesterday.
Florida break? Did you give me? Oh, really?
What? You okay? You just said a bunch of words.
I've been like.
What are you? Wicked?
I've just been doing that wherever I get home. I get really excited to talk about something, so I just like put all the words in one like blurb.
Basket. I get it, man.
Yeah. I put all my eggs in one basket.
Gotta be careful when you do that. Gotta be careful where you put your eggs.
I'll try not to.
So I got a text. At yesterday at 1:42 p.m. from a number I don't have in my phone at all. And the text reads, "Hi, can the cake I order be delivered to 100 East 79th Street, Upper East Side, New York, and USA?" I text them back, "I'm sorry, but I think you have the wrong number." "Ah, aren't you the owner of the cake shop?" "I am not. I do not own or work at a cake shop. Sorry." "I am sorry. It is not your fault. Maybe the owner of the cake shop gave me the wrong number. I'm very sorry about that. I hope you can forgive my mistake." And then I said, "No worries at all. Have a nice day." And then they said, "He is really a kind person. God bless you. And your reply is of great help to me. I thank you for the kindness of dripping water. If you live in New York, I'll treat you to dinner another day. So I'll apologize to you." And then I was like, I didn't say anything because I was just like, okay, interesting.
Then it sends a nude.
3 hours later, "Good evening. Have you had dinner?" And I didn't respond because I was like, I didn't tell this person anything. They don't know where I am. I don't need to tell them where I'm at. But it was just very interesting. But when they asked if I was the owner of the cake shop, you said something about a nude. The first thing that popped in my head, I was like, I should just send them a picture of my ass and be like, "Yeah, this cake? Oh, I am the owner of the cake shop. Thank you for asking."
Wait. I'm owner of the cake shop.
"Yeah, I'm the cake shop. What'd you order?" So that happened. Gavin, what do you think? What do you think of meta threads? Threaded metaverse. The threads. What do you think of? Hey, what do you think of it? What is that? Uh-oh.
Just a
What
metal
is that?
rod. I wouldn't worry about it.
Why do you have a rod?
You know, like our beds could turn into bunk beds, so we have like these metal rods that we had them on. We never took them out.
Well, then why the hell don't you have a
Um,
bunk bed right now? Just seems like a waste.
So my opinion of
resources.
threads. Yeah, I know. I could probably melt this down and make like a brick or something. Throw it at your house while you're gone.
Are we on a delay?
Yeah, there's a little delay.
Okay, it's a little longer than I'd like. But yeah, throw something through my house. I don't care.
Okay. So I'm gonna start talking now. No, I'm gonna do the weatherman thing where. Thanks, Carson.
Yep, and that's right. We're gonna throw this back to Gavin right now. Gavin, are you there? It seems like we're having a little bit of a delay here.
Thank you, Carson. I appreciate
sure
you.
where Gavin
thanks
is.
thanks for throwing it back out to me.
Oh, I think we got
So
Gavin
my
back on the
thoughts
line.
about threads. So my thoughts on threads is that I actually have my notes here. No, I was kidding. I will eventually. So on Twitter, it's been like 10 years of me curating like this following list of really funny people,
Mhm.
of really funny political accounts, really funny, good takes, sometimes weird takes, but funny takes nonetheless. And I got on Threads, and I am been bomb fucking barded with corporate bullshit, corporate accounts all threading at each other
Really?
because I follow them on Instagram. And it's like Complex, Overtime, ESPN, Sports Center. I'm trying to think of like some really popular ESPN, Sports Center, NBA, MLB on Fox, NBA on TNT, all that sort of, So on Twitter, it's more like they just put the content out there. But the first night that Threads was out, it was like Wild Wild West, where every corporate account, like intern / owner of the account, logged into Threads and was like, I'm just gonna act like I'm a real person. And so they're like, what do you guys think of Threads? What are your guys' opinions? Who's your guys' favorite basketball player of all time? If you could put one player from back then in today's NBA, what would it look like?
So they were
It's all
just,
stuff like that.
they
But
were
because
like,
they don't have polls yet,
Mhm.
they don't have polls, and I think at that time they didn't have pictures. So they couldn't post pictures or polls. Now they have pictures.
pictures.
Pictures. Pictures.
Pictures. Pictures.
Pictures. And I don't know. It really it bugged me. So I was kind of put off. The app for like 2 or 3 days because I'm like, I'm tired of seeing all this fucking bullshit. And also, I inadvertently followed every person that I follow on Instagram.
I followed
You
every
could be
person
like
on
follow
Threads.
all.
Yeah, that's what I
Yeah,
did.
and I was like, because I didn't want to miss out anybody who like was gonna get Threads and I wanted to see. So I was like, I'm just gonna follow everybody I follow on Instagram.
Right.
But then I realized the people I follow on Instagram are not the people I follow on Twitter, and I wanted it to be a Twitter clone. It's not a direct Twitter clone for me. It's all the people that I know from high school and college.
Yep.
Threading or liking stuff or whatever. And like Giannis
those people
too.
aren't fun.
Giannis was on Threads for like 2 or 3 days straight. He was replying to everything. So you saw every Giannis Antetokounmpo reply on Threads. You saw every single one you follow.
Are they doing it like how are they doing it now? Are they just showing you the newest thing first, or are they like doing an algorithm to show you like
I think
the
it's
top
algorithms
threads?
still.
Okay, it seems like it. I've only been on.
But
I want to have you share your
I
opinion.
don't
I've only
know.
been on a
It's
few
mixed
times,
because
though.
like here I have one from 30 minutes ago.
Mhm.
I have
Yeah.
one from 30 minutes ago right
Yeah.
here. And then the next one's 53 minutes ago.
Mm.
And then the next one's 12 minutes ago. So it's pretty
Interesting.
random.
Yeah,
But
is
at
how
least
is on
it
Instagram.
tells you when it was posted.
right.
At least it tells you like how many minutes ago it was posted.
Mhm.
But I don't know what it'll look like after a while. I don't know. I really want it to improve on a couple things before I start using it,
Like what?
like daily. Like the algorithm. No, but it's like I don't know. I really want Threads to
Thrive.
not be the right wing like 4chan posting board for everybody.
Well, that's
anymore.
what Twitter is.
No, that's what I mean. I want it to not be that. You know,
Yeah.
I want it to still be like the old Twitter I knew of, like what music Twitter was a big part of what like basketball Twitter and like, you know, following those guys. It's not there yet. I think it will.
And I definitely,
And-
one thing I didn't think about, well, I kind of
No
thought
desktop
about it.
version either.
Oh, right. One thing I didn't think about too much, but you brought up a good point, is like, to me, like you said, Instagram and Twitter are completely separate for me. And like, I follow people on Twitter that I probably wouldn't follow on Instagram. Because like you said,
Yeah.
it's like funny people saying funny things. It's just like, you know, it's just not somebody I'd really probably think to follow on Instagram, because it's like, you don't post
Right.
pictures, I don't think. What would you post pictures of?
And then
So it's not curated.
the other
yet.
thing with it is that there's no DM system yet.
Right. Right.
So it's like, I'm not going to send you a thread I thought was funny on Instagram.
Can you do that?
I think you can, and you can share it to your story too.
Right. God, I've been seeing a lot of funny. That's how I see most of the funny ones, is they see people repost them on their story, and I'm like, this thing
Yeah.
still isn't working for me yet.
Yeah. And I want man, I really want I want to find the funny stuff on there, but it's
Yeah.
I have to wade through so much.
Well, how do you even really find it right now? Is there a way to even find? Because there's no Explorer. The one main thing is there's no Explorer like page where you see like trending stuff. There's no trending page. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like, it's
Yeah.
kind of, it's not right now. It's not. You're not going to find the stuff you want to find yet. It's still infantile.
So I'll probably keep it on my phone, but
Yeah.
it's right next to TikTok, so I click on it accidentally all the time
And then you scroll for like an hour.
on my phone. Yeah. Yeah.
And
I
they-
just go for
and-
like 5 or 6 hours in a row, and then
You know, I think the one main thing that they're lacking on there is porn. Like, they need to have porn on Threads.
yeah. Yeah.
What else am I supposed to send you?
Yeah.
That's what I send Gavin all day on Twitter.
Yeah.
I say, dude, check this out. Look at this freaking bust. Look at this bust that I saw.
He's sending me Chris Paul highlights.
And I'm sending you, see, I don't even know. I don't even know the guy's name. I just keep seeing videos of him. The new guy. He just got drafted. And people think he's gay. You know what I'm talking about.
Victor Wembanyama,
No.
Grady
guy-
Dick.
They keep posting videos of him like humping his friends. And they're like, this guy is gay.
Oh, well, one of them's already drafted. I
Yeah.
don't know where the other one's drafted though.
That's the one who's drafted. What's his name?
Jalen Green.
Yeah, I think that's right.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't need to look into it. I just brought it up because I'm trying to relate.
Who can relate?
Gavin.
One more.
Oh, go
sorry,
on.
hold on.
No, you're fine.
One more thing I wanted to talk about that MKBHD. This is my Gavin's Techno World, very small, but Apple in the newest iOS 17 beta is now allowing you to create your own, like you can make your own AI voice. You have to read 150 phrases, and it will synthesize a AI voice, and you're able to use text to speech in that voice.
Whoa.
So next week, it should be. It takes a while. Your phone has to be locked
Okay.
and charging for it to process.
oh,
So on next week's episode, I will debut it, and I'll see how it sounds. But it was stuff like, the suburbs have more people than the city, or the suburbs have more people. It was like the suburbs have more people.
mm-hmm.
She was a graduate of Yale.
So we'll be
It's
able
all
to,
stuff like that.
so you can start sending me. So it's like you'll be sending me the text, the text voice memos, but
Yeah.
it'll be AI. Is that what it is?
Yeah,
does that work?
or like you could just have it
That
read,
doesn't
because
make
like
any sense.
I think it's more of like, oh, I'm losing my voice. I want to record my voice while I still have it. So then people will know what you sound like if you I can't remember I'm want to use a politically correct term, but once you lose your voice
Yeah.
and you use this feature, you could theoretically use it as a replacement for your voice, so it sounds like you and not a computer.
Okay.
in that way. So it's like I could have it read some text
Okay.
and be like, show me where this is. Or like, my
Okay.
favorite basketball player is Larry Bird.
Sure.
And it would just read, and you can, there's a way on iPhone now that you can have Siri read it out loud to you.
Oh,
But now
I
it can
see.
be me reading it
Reading
out
it.
loud to someone else.
That's kind of
Yeah.
fun. So
Yeah.
we can.
So,
Okay. Well, I'm excited
so
to see how that
I'll
works.
show you. I'll show you how it works next week. But that's for next week.
You know, I could do that with 11 Labs.
No, I know, and that's why I was like, I want to know how this one is. Right now, it's preparing 67%. So
Okay.
theoretically, you could have like your girlfriend, you could have your wife, you could
Ooh.
have your son, you could have your daughter record their voice so they read it out to you.
Okay. What if my kid
Theoretically.
can't speak yet? Gotcha.
Tell your
on
kid to
that.
tell your kid to get synthesized voice, dude.
Gotcha on that one, didn't I? Gavin, did
You got me.
did you hear about this? Did you hear about this freaking farmer, dude? Did you hear about this?
I sure did actually.
So a farmer was fined $61,000 for using the thumbs up emoji. Now, ain't that just a rope you in headline right there? If I've ever seen
It
one.
really is, yeah.
But it's true. I mean, it is kind of true. So what happened is a farmer in Saskatchewan, Canada, was fined a hefty sum for using the emoji after he was sent a contract by text message. Chris Archer argued it was to acknowledge a receipt, but a judge ruled it amounted to a contractual agreement. So this was a farmer. Some guy was like 86 tons of flax grain that he was going to sell him, which I mean, I know how much you like your flax grain.
I wish I could have bought more.
I know, man. You can't. That's why you can't. You know.
It's still day here where I'm at on my beach, by the way. Just want to let you know.
Yeah, it's getting kind of. Pardon my darkness. But the sun has set.
Darkness,
Current-
imprisoning me.
we're currently entering the twilight zone. That's also the other thing is because of the clouds, we haven't had a really pretty sunset just yet. I'm still waiting for
The
that.
lights look cool over there on your left,
I know. That's all those.
like the road.
That's all those. You know, a couple $1 million houses lined up. Whatever.
Whatever.
But look at me above them. Sailing above these houses. Not even a problem.
Wow,
Not even a problem. I'm in a
you could squish them.
$100,000 million house. Whatever. So yeah, this farmer was fined because they sent him a contract over text, and he was like, "Yep, that looks good. A bug just crawled on my screen, and I thought it was a bug crawling on your hat." In real life.
On the beach, dude.
Dude, on the beach, right here on the beach with the hole. Maybe it came out of that source hole.
Dude, right here on the beach.
Maybe the big bug came out of that hole in the ceiling. Oh, never mind. But I just found this interesting.
On the beach?
Does this case now? So he sent him. I was just finishing that up. He sent him a contract to buy this grain. He sent him a thumbs up, and he didn't come through on his end of the agreement. And the guy was like, "Well, you agreed with the thumbs up emoji." So I'm wondering if this now sets a precedent that we can just use emojis for anything. You know what I mean?
does.
Like, that's crazy, man.
It does in Canada.
Like,
So,
can me
The
sending
reason was the
Mhm.
judge ruled.
seems to be
So
a
the
bit of a
judge
delay here.
ruled in favor. Yeah. And thank you, Carson.
And we're gonna throw it right back together.
Fuck.
So late.
So the judge ruled in favor of the defendant. The plaintiff, the guy who sued the guy,
Yeah.
who sued the one guy. He
Well,
ruled in favor of the guy who sent the contract because he said that laws shouldn't prevent technology from advancing.
Right.
So he ruled. So that's why I was like, yeah, emojis can be legally binding because like it can be interpreted as an agreement that you should follow through with it.
So now,
But if I can't imagine, what if you sent like a poop emoji or something like that? Would the lawsuit
That's
have
what I'm
proceeded,
saying.
or would it just been like, okay, I'll agree on different terms?
that's what I'm saying. If in a defamation case, if they bring up that I sent you a poop emoji, Can that be used? I mean, I guess technically it can because defamation can mean anything, really.
Maybe in Canada.
But what if it's a defecation case?
Not in the great states of the American States of the United States.
The great state of Canada.
The great state of Canada.
The beautiful red state of Canada. We love Canada. Folks,
United
don't we?
States.
United States. I'm just watching these people swim, man. I can't get over it.
You got a whole bunch of swingers down there. Is that what you said?
Maybe they're swimming. I'm saying I'm watching them swim.
Oh, swimming. I thought you said swinging.
I mean,
damn.
they might be. I don't know, man. I don't know what's going on at this
What's
house.
to say?
They have like I wish I could show it to you. I'll send you a
This
picture,
house.
but they have like a pool like above their garage.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yep.
It's real interesting. Pretty cool.
Well,
But
actually, the pool is the garage. It's like 15 feet deep.
yeah, but they also have a garage. They have a 1-car garage. Oh, never mind. They have a 2, but it's on the other side.
Idiot.
Losers.
Use your fucking eyes, dude.
I can't even tell you how many. I couldn't even count how many garages are in this place that we're at right now. It's pretty crazy. But yeah. Anyways, that happened. I found that very interesting. That now every time you send me an emoji, if anybody sends me an emoji, I know I can use it in the court of law, and it will work.
Yeah, I'm
So-
just kicking back on the beach right now, hanging out.
Oh, dude, you at the beach? Man, it's getting dark down there. How is it still light for you?
I'm in Thailand.
Why'd you say that like it was 2 separate words? I'm in Thailand. Oh, you know,
Yeah.
I'm in Thailand.
I'm in Thailand.
You want to bust down Tatiana, a little next door drama?
Yeah.
So in case you don't know what next door drama, or did you have anything else to say, Gavin?
I really didn't. This personal voice thing, I'm still waiting to.
I'm excited for
Develop.
it. Let's debut that next week. Oh, by the way, a little tease for you, Gavin. There is a gift idea that you gave me that I still need to try and see if I can get, but I do have a gift that you don't even know about for you. And I
Perfect.
also found a little interesting taste test. It's not that crazy, but interesting to me.
You bringing back that Florida beer too?
They don't have it. They don't have it here. I'm like
Fuck.
I'm like 12 hours from the Keys, so
Damn it.
I have had some Florida beer. It's not as good as, the stuff near Florida Blake, but anyways, back to the regular schedule program. Gotta get the bugs off my screen. If you guys don't know what Next Door Drama is, it's a weekly segment we do where we dip into the infamous Next Door website where people can. It's a blog posting website for your neighborhood where people can post whatever they want, whatever's going on in the neighborhood. They want to know something, and they post it there. So what Gavin and I do every week is we take a blog entry, script it out, reenact it as a dramatic thing happening in real life, as if we were doing a play right here. But this week we're doing it over Zoom, so it's going to be interesting, especially with this delay, which I just realized now. Without saying much else, I'm going to hit the Next Door Drama intro song, and we're going to jump right into it. Oh, before that,
I'm gonna start jumping the gun. And
Well, don't get
start reading my part ahead of
over
you.
mine. Shoot, you can't do that. Well, that's a lost cause. Characters this week, I will be playing Lisa, who needs help. Gavin will be playing Adam, who has a solution. Now, without saying much else, here's the Next Door Drama intro song. Lots of bugs.
And thank you, Carson.
And over to you, Gavin. This week on Next Door Drama. Hold on. 1 second. A little technical difficulty here, and we should be all good now. I am in need of getting rid of mice in my basement. Any suggestions or solutions? I don't know where they're coming into the house. Thank you.
Kitty, there's no better way. They say just the litter smell alone deters them. Or there are simple release traps if you're an animal lover like me. There are openings at the AC compressor unit line that are filled with a putty that often fails and has to be replaced every few years. Happy 4th.
The only mice I got are the ones my cat brings inside to play with and lets them go. But that's been a couple years. He was abandoned as a kitten and learned to hunt. So did my previous 2 cats, who were also strays I rescued. Storing any food items in the basement. Oh. Can also bring them in.
What everyone else is saying about your AC hose is correct. My husband used some spray foam and closed that baby up. We used those glue traps and they work. Also, many people.
Don't double click on it. You could read the rest of it. Got formatted weird.
Oh, okay. Also, many people told me to spray peppermint oil. Good luck.
Forget the peppermint oil. That sounded like the best solution to me, but didn't work for me. The glue traps work, but I still have visions of a mother and 2 little babies stuck and struggling. It was heart-wrenching. I had to wait till my husband got home because I couldn't look at them. All I see is their little black eyes, and I had the help me look. I would never butt those again. I don't like killing them, but I don't want to live with them or torture them. If we get them in the live traps, we take them to a wooded area and release, or we use the spring traps. If I'm going to kill them, I want it to be quick and humane. We generally only do that after little buggers actually get out of the live traps with the food repeatedly.
If they get stuck in a glue trap, put them in a large trash bag and hit it with a mallet, shovel, whatever you have that would cause instant death. The look on your face right now. It's just like you with like a little bit of light on your There you go. Oh my god, you don't have ears anymore. There he is. Oh, buddy. Yeah, we had mice in our cabinets once and like the drawer areas. So like one time we were opening the drawers to see which drawers they were maybe in. And they literally hopped out of the drawer while we were pulling it out. It was really cool.
Is this at your current house or your old house?
Old house.
Old house. All this stuff seems to have happened at your old house.
Yeah, nothing happens here anymore.
Those waves are loud, Gavin. Can you tell those waves to quiet down over there?
And Carson, it looks like the waves...
Oh, and it looks like we got the waves coming in right now. I'm going to throw it over to Gavin with the wave. Oh, what's that? Gavin,
Carson, it looks like these waves.
You got the That's a bit that my favorite podcast did, actually. Shout out Dynamic Banter. It's funny you did that bit, and you don't even listen to that show, but they did that bit.
Nope.
And they did it for like 15 minutes straight with a third person in person though. It wasn't even over Zoom. Oh, so fucking funny. I'll send it to you.
Yeah, that also I was thinking like, yeah, releasing them out in the woodlands also isn't like technically the most humane thing because they could just like it's circle of life thing, I guess. Maybe you don't want to take away stuff out of the food chain, but sure, I guess you can release them if that makes you feel better.
Why don't you let the goddamn bald eagles meal prep for once, huh?
Yeah, I mean they box their mice and rice up, mice and rice.
We got a new restaurant that we're gonna start up.
I've got a new idea.
I've got an
ever had
idea.
mice?
What? Gavin, another segment we do every week is called What You Listening To. It's a segment where Gavin and I recommend music to each other and to the audience of what we've been listening to the past week. It can be a song, album, or sometimes even a band if you're lucky. If you get lucky, you can get down on it. And usually Gavin posts them on Instagram when he's not super busy. So you guys can go check that. So you go check our Instagram stories. You will see every week, sometimes at varying days, what we've been listening to that week. And you can go check it out yourself. Or you can just listen to the show and find it.
Fuck it.
Look in my eyes. Gavin,
Look at me.
what you been listening to this week?
So I've actually been listening to quite
cry.
a long list of music this week.
Been listening to quite a long list of music this week.
I have a lot of music.
I know. I said I'd probably recommend this album in
Back off that mic a
you know.
little. Yeah, there you go.
I know I said I'd recommend this song or this album a while ago, but I gotta give it a little bit more time.
Okay.
So this week I'm listening to "Grapes Upon the Vine" by TV Girl, their new album.
Huh.
I've been listening to that, trying to. I don't know. It's not as good as their older albums, but it's better than their second most recent album. Their second most recent album was not my favorite, but
So is this something you already recommended before? Is that what you're saying?
no, it's not. It's
Okay.
not something I've recommended before.
Okay.
But I mean, if you're a TV Girl fan, then you know like their debut album is really good.
Now, is this TV on
This
the
album
radio,
also is
girl?
pretty good. It's got a lot of good samples on it, and I enjoy listening to it. It's very, very chill, and I think it talks about doing drugs, but in like a very casual kind of way, where it's like, I take the lighter, put it up to the spoon. Like it's very like I don't know, and I think the lead singer really tried to sing a little bit more in these songs, because in the old debut songs they kind of let the samples. It's a very heavily sampled. Like there's samples everywhere on this album. So if you like samples, this is a really good album. It also definitely sounds like they cooked it up on I forgot the technical term, but the beat board where you can kind of like chop it up.
Oh, yeah.
There's one song
There's
that
like
they
these-
definitely chopped up on a board, and it's really funny because the song goes like it's just like it keeps going over. It's
Sounds like a
really
goddamn
funny, but-
nightmare.
Yeah, I know it is, but it's
you
it's
seeing
not
lightning?
absolutely random. It's pretty good, but I enjoy it. So,
I feel like I'm seeing
"Grapes Upon the Vine" by TV Girl.
I'll think of it to listen to. I like stuff like that. I was just looking something up for mine so I could get it correct without saying the wrong thing. Okay, this week, dude, I've been listening to... This is weird, man. I don't know what it is or why it is, but I've been re-listening to a lot of sometimes like 90s, 80s rap, but also just listening to rap from like when I was listening to rap, like 2015, 2016, like that kind of era when I was like only listening to rap. Been re-listening to a lot of that stuff, listening to a lot of new rap because of that, and also listening to a lot of R&B and R&B hip hop, like just listening to a lot of that stuff for whatever reason. I don't know why. But just, I guess, just needed a little break from hardcore, and for some reason this is catching my interest at the moment. So I'm listening to just a song because this group doesn't even have an album out. And that is the group Thought What? I think I'm saying that right. Thought
How do you
What?
spell that?
THOTTWAT. Thought What is what I would call it. Which is a rap or hip hop group comprised of two artists, Thotto and ICT Watt. I'm sure I'm saying something wrong with that. But they're kind of like associated with like the ASAP group, like ASAP Rocky kind of group like that. And this song Shirt, which is what I'm listening to, came on and after listening to something. And it just kind of reminds me of that like 2015, 2016 sound. It's like a little bit, I like kind of
Saxophones, right?
yeah. I like darker, what I would consider like darker rap, like not super
Melancholy?
like, more dissonant kind of sound. Not so like upbeat rap, I would say. And this kind of like hit that range of like that darker, more bassy sound. So that's what I'm listening to this week. So if you want to listen to some more rap,
I thought of whenever you said that, I thought of the song Goblins versus
Mode,
No, but it's
Oh.
like the Tyler the Creator song
Yeah.
with
Lil Wayne.
with Lil Wayne. That song. Whenever
That's such a
whenever I
weird
think
song.
of like, it's such a weird song, but it's so goofy.
Yeah.
Also, whenever you said thought why, I was thinking of Reggie Watts, who did the fuck shit stack.
That'd be, dude, if Reggie Watts was in that group, it would just be even better. But they're a good group.
I
They have
know.
another good song that just came up called Fed Up, I think it is. But
Mhm.
good stuff. And they're like not super well known as far as I know.
I'll have to get this listen.
Yeah. Sorry if I'm
And
if
I'll
I
post some
pronounce
music
any of that wrong.
suggestions after this.
Yeah, dude, come on, dude. You're on the clock.
It's like whenever I think about doing it, it's like 11, 12 at night. So then I'm like, I guess theoretically I can kind of post it whenever I want.
Yeah, it doesn't matter, whenever.
Because I'm always like, oh, I got to post it at a reasonable time.
It depends about a waste of my time.
Well,
One thing
I can't play the music.
I will add it in post, but one thing before we get out that I forgot to ask you about is I think a plane is flying over. Yeah, it's pretty high up there.
That's a UFO.
What? United Federal Organism? A
Yeah.
UFO? One thing
Mhm.
I forgot to ask you about whenever you brought up your rotation, the pharmacy that you're not working in but you're there for, is you brought is the thing you said happened today. Did you want to bring that up? I forgot to ask.
Oh, yeah. So one thing that clinical pharmacists do is they go into patient rooms as they're about to be discharged within a day or two. But if they get started on a new medication that they're going to have to take outside the hospital, you have to go into the patient room and tell them, like, hey, this is the med you're taking, or this is the med you're taking, this is what you should expect from it. These are adverse effects that can happen with it, and here are the important facts that you need to know. And then you give them a sheet, and they take that home with them just so that if they have any questions, they can assess that or ask their
Well-
doctor.
Well, if they're having discharge, you probably shouldn't have let them go.
No, you're right. But anyway, so my preceptor was doing the patient education, and I was watching her because I honestly don't feel comfortable doing it, and she also knows that like she's had students in the past that aren't very good at doing it, especially on this smaller rotation. She has people
Mhm.
do it later on their last year of school rotation, but does not do it during
Lots
the
of
small
rotating.
rotation. So yeah, because I guess we're pretty bad at it, and we don't have experience
Understandable.
doing it. So yeah, I'm like, yeah, I'd rather not do that because it's like this is directly affecting the patient, affecting the patient. So anyway, she started talking about this blood thinning medication that this patient was on, and it started to set in for me that this is like a blood thinner thing,
Mhm.
and it was a blood thing, and like it had like real life consequences to what you were saying.
Right.
So it was like, oh, I'm actually talking to this person in real life. This person is not an actor. This person is a real person. This person is a real person. And
They're gonna be
like
taking this.
they need to be taking this medication. And then he started talking about how one time he stepped on a nail and he didn't feel it because he's got diabetic neuropathy, so he can't feel his feet. And he was walking around with it. After this is literally like halfway through doing the med stuff, and so I like put my hand up against like the counter, and I was like, I like just put my head down. And I'm like, yep. I was like, yep, I'm listening. Yep. And then like as soon as we get out, I was like, I'm gonna pass out. I was like, blood is not my thing. That's why I did pharmacy. And so she got me some. She's like, you need some water. I'm like, yeah. So I had some water. And I just sat there for like 5 minutes.
So wait,
Then I got back up and we went back about our day.
this part I didn't know. Were you in the room with the patient when you started putting your hand on the table?
Yeah, yeah. But hand on the table. Yeah. No.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You start going, oh man.
Like I was like it started like behind my eye, and then it just kind
Uh-huh.
of like went over my body, and I was like, fuck, dude, I can't do this right now.
That's so
I wanted to
funny.
walk out, but then I was like, nah, I'm just gonna stick around.
Yeah, that's so funny that
And
you're
so
doing it in
I was
there
like,
with
yeah.
them.
So it was just like a lot. It was a good experience. And like that's what it's like,
That's like-
doing it because we do it to actors and we do it recording to a classmate. So
Mm.
it's like there's no like consequence to it, and it's like seeing what it actually is. It's like really something. It was something. So an experience.
Do you think there'll be a way for you to block that out of your mind
Yeah,
for
I
next
think so.
future times?
I think so. I was talking to my preceptor about it, and I'm like, I was like, it's really just because, you know, we're as pharmacists, we don't really talk to the patients that much. So when we do, it's like this.
Right.
And up until this point, I've never had to educate a patient on anything,
Right.
for better or for worse.
Mhm.
And also, really, most of the patients are just names on a screen or names on a paper to a
Sure.
pharmacist.
Sure. Right.
And it's like, you know, on paper, what does this look like?
Right.
So that was, yeah,
Interesting.
yeah. It's
'Cause if you guys don't,
I told her about it, and I said I wanted to get practice on it, but it's really honestly just because like they are names on a paper, and and like I don't think of them as not like I don't think of them as people, but it's
Yeah.
like they have real world consequences, and like this is an important thing that needs to be done. And
Right.
and honestly, I've never interacted with a patient at the hospital. To be honest with you,
Mhm.
I've never done that before. Even at the hospital I work at, never interacted
Hmm.
with a patient
Interesting.
directly in their room. And this guy was like laying in the bed, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it was like I've never done this before. So
Hmm.
I was like, this is all brand new, and it was just a lot to take in.
Yeah, it's weird because I, you know, I've
Putting my
been-
mind in the mind of in the thought of cadavers,
Sure.
because it's like you know, it, like just because blood is such like a living person thing.
Yeah. And it's honestly, I've been in the hospital plenty of times, and I honestly didn't even know that the pharmacists were the ones coming in to tell me about medication and stuff like that. I always just thought it was the doctor.
they can do that if the hospital offers it, or if the
Hmm.
nurses are cool with them doing that. But it's like you got to find time with the physical therapist, or you know, in
Right.
between the like they have a schedule out
There's a lot of
for
shit
every
going on.
patient. And it's like yeah,
And in case you guys
So-
didn't pick up on it, Gavin gets very queasy about blood.
Always
Anything
have.
involving blood.
I will
Hepatitis,
say not
whatever.
always, because I used to get
Taking
my
these
blood
off.
drawn and I was fine. Like whenever I had some issues in second grade, I had to get my blood drawn a lot,
Right.
and didn't have problems then. But like once I got older, it was like ooh.
Ooh.
Like seventh grade was whenever it
Ugh.
really happened bad. I like passed out in class.
Oh no.
So
That's bad news bears.
Anyway.
Well, anyways,
I know.
folks, we're gonna get out of here because people keep flashing their lights at me, which is annoying. It's because I'm naked from the waist down, so that's probably might be public indecency next to a beach, even though it is a half nude beach. That's why I have a shirt on. But we're gonna
You
get
gotta
out of
work
here.
on it.
I'm gonna work out. We're gonna get out of here. We will be back in person next week, seeing you with the taste test, maybe some other things, maybe some other fun things. I'll do a little island return.
Island boy.
But we hope you guys enjoyed this this little beach action.
Beachy episode.
Beachy Dashton Bashisha.
Bishy.
Anything else?
No.
Here's some sounds at the beach.
That's sequels.
I'm gonna die. I'm gonna fucking die.